Radio. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Shroom here tonight on this wonderful Saturday night. It's been a wet lead up to the start of the weekend, and it looks like it's going to be continuing through to Sunday. All right, looks like my sound is there. I've just been tracking my stream, so it looks like everything's fine. Okay, hang on. Let me just turn off that sound. All right. There we go. Excellent, guys. How are we all doing tonight? Let's see who's in the chat tonight. I can see so far Christian Giddis, if that's how you say your name. He says yo. So yeah, yo mate. How's it going? Hope you've been having a good week since since it's been a little bit wet. Things have been a little bit crazy, but hopefully everyone here can sneak out for a fish in the next day or so if they haven't already tried to sneak out. All right, here we go. More comments coming through now. So it looks like everyone's here. I'm going to be tracking the comments tonight so that I don't miss anything if I end up on mute. Guys, I can't let that 10-minute mute session go on in this live stream. We gotta get on to bigger and better things every stream. So we're learning from our mistakes. So I'm going to be watching the forefront of that chat message as well. So that's not going to happen. I promise you guys that's not going to happen, and definitely not for 10 minutes. And if there are any spammers this time, I've got a couple of mods on the job now, and we'll put more if we need it. So that should put an end to that. So let's get back to the chat, guys. If you're new here, I'm Shroom. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell. You guys can always find me also on Instagram, TikTok. You can become a member of the channel. You can also support it with a super chat that's enabled on this on my page as well. All right, let's get started, guys. So hope you guys have been well. My previous video there, chasing squid with AKA Mike's Fishing. Gonna give him a shout out now. He's been putting in the hard work, but he's not been putting out the videos though. But I think he's gonna have some good videos coming up soon. So we got some ideas that we've been thinking about. So yeah, maybe some more videos with the AKA coming up shortly. All right, let's get down to it. So introductions. All right, so we've got Christians in the house. Flip Flop says, will there be any Frank Sinatra action today? Oh well, I don't know. Maybe if we have a mute session. I'll drop some bars while no one's listening. Brian, Tutorial TV's here. How's it going, mate? Ron Hasagawa, quality and audio looks heaps better. Thank you. I've definitely been working on that, making it sound better, especially the sound. It's gotta sound right. Otherwise, no one's gonna enjoy it and enjoy listening to something that sounds like a phone call. So it's got to be done properly. So it should sound really good. I've got some. It's not top end audio equipment, but it is semi. It's getting there. It's like most people don't get to this level unless they're serious about doing some podcasting or some music production, that kind of thing. All right, let's see who else is in the house here. So Trung Nguyen says hello. James Klein, so is another fellow YouTuber. He says you Shroom. How's it going, guys? Check out his stuff. He makes some Sydney fishing videos as well, on the boat and land based. Lure Fishing, the Gold Coast says hi. How's it going? Christian Gitter says, hope you're having a good one. Could you recommend? Yeah, so we'll get to some questions shortly. Let's just go through the introductions. I think a lot of people want to catch the stream. I think a lot of people have been missing out. So, actually, I should ask now, just for my own interest, how many of you guys found out about this stream from the YouTube notifications, and how many came from Instagram? I did drop a little bit of a short story, so hopefully that's gonna bump up some of the numbers. So we're gonna have a slightly better time tonight with more people. The more the merrier. We generally do get quite a few people popping in throughout the night. I think just a lot of fishing nuts, fishing heads that just want to talk fishing really. So in terms of the way that these streams are structured, there is no structure really. I just like talk fishing, and I know a lot of people here have a lot of questions. But yeah, if anyone's got any suggestions, ideas on how to improve the stream, I'm all for it. All right, let's check out the chat. So Lure Fishing the Gold Coast is here. Christian, I think I've seen him. All right, Michael Jermaine, he's here. Yeah, he's your local friendly neighborhood mod. So he's gonna lay down the law if we get any of those spammers tonight. Zach Tool says, hey. Let's keep going. Who else is here? Richard. Oh yeah, Richard Lynn. How's it going? How's it going, Richard? Good to see you here. Is this the first time I'm seeing you here? I'm not too sure, but yeah. Glad to have you, mate. Glad to have you here tonight. Hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's get down to some questions. So I did see one earlier. So what is it? Okay, so I caught my first lure fishing. The Gold Coast says I caught my first ever mangrove jack today. I was absolute throwing in the middle of winter on 10 pound. The line was so frayed that when I touched it, it literally broke. So lucky. I haven't landed a mangrove jack before, but I'm pretty sure I've hooked up to one or two of them up in Weeper, and yeah, I got smoked. So I can attest to their power, definitely. And I have seen James. He's a regular on the. Well, he's been in one of my videos, the Weeper video, and we talk regularly. One of my close mates. I think he caught a really nice one up in Weeper, and that was about, I think it was in the mid 50s, and that was crazy. That was massive, and it just kept running. All right, so one day I'm gonna get my own mangrove jack and get some footage on that too. I can't wait. I can't wait till all these things relax and the world gets back to normal. On the to-do list. I'm not surprised that you're saying that that you feel like you're so lucky that you didn't lose it on 10 pound. I don't think I don't think 10 pound is heavy enough for a fish like that. If you get a quality one. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Brian Tutorial TV. Can I mention that I've never had any luck with fishing? Well, yeah, stay tuned. On this channel, we do a lot of fishing, pushing our luck, pushing the limits of gear, light line fishing. Just trying to have some fun. Maybe a few things along the way you see in my videos you can take away with that, and hopefully that might improve your chances. Christian G says he's heard from me from Instagram. Same with Christian Giddis. Is that the same person? Could be the same person, but two different comments there. All right, so saw me through the bell notifications. Good. Ron says Ron Hasagawa. Michael also see me through YouTube. James Klein. All right, Rope A says hello from Iceland. How's it going? I've got some international people here today. Yeah, let me know, guys, if you're from a different place, from a different country that's not Australia, or anywhere in Australia, actually, let me know. I think most people here are just from suburban Sydney, some out west, but international people love to, love to hear about things like that, because it just means that you guys are finding my content interesting, even though it's not, directly applicable, to the fishing conditions there. All right, so Andy Thurwell says YouTube. Finn Conway says Instagram. Let's keep going. So Trung, YouTube. All right, so it looks like most YouTube's doing me right. So YouTube definitely sends out the notification pretty early. Yeah, except for maybe the what's it called? Yeah, the community post. I put a community post, and that was a sad one. I didn't get a single thumbs up on that, which I wasn't sure whether anyone saw that, but I know that that system seems semi-broken. It just doesn't seem to notify anyone. Philip Gangi says, "Can I fish with you?" Smiley face. Look, one of these days we're all gonna fish together. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of people that want to fish, and at least at the very minimum, when these things settle, we're gonna do another subscriber meet, and you're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. You guys are gonna thoroughly enjoy it. I'm gonna plan it properly. That last one was planned properly, but we're gonna do it even better. That time we had no space to fish. That was insane, elbow to elbow, but a lot of fun. Definitely, that was undeniable. Abba Joma says, "Why aren't you fishing, mates?" Well, tonight I thought I'd do a live stream. It's just thought I'd do a stream instead of fish tonight. Seems a bit wet out there, but that's not the best excuse. You can still fish when it's wet though, so don't let that stop you. Christian G, best spot to use is ZX35 Prawn Vibe. By the way, best spot for brim around Balmain. Okay, I don't know about the best spot for blades. So the Eco Gear Z35 with the, with those two trailing stinger hooks, they're like the best blades, but they're so dear. We're talking like what, $24, $25 a pop. They catch everything from like Jews, whiting, brim, you name it. They slay. I really like putting stinger hooks onto the end of regular vibes as well. So, but that prawn one, I forgot which color it is. The one that looks like it's like brown with a bit of black and a bit of orange. That one slays. That one is like the best blade in my opinion. Yeah, can't beat that. I don't know. Best spot to throw blades out. I like to use them in the winter, like, about now. In the daytime, if you have to access deep water, the tides, they're not that strong right now in the winter. In the daytime, we're talking, 1.3 to 1.6 at best, I think. On average, you're looking at about a 1.5. And so if you miss that top of the tide, you don't have much water land-based, and that's when blades come into their own. Get that extra couple of meters. Best spot for brim around Balmain. I like the whole area of Balmain is good for brim and bycatch. Pelagic bycatch like salmon, kingfish. That's what I'm looking for when I'm at the east, like slightly more eastern areas. It's not like on the coast eastern, but it's like more towards the saltier bits of the system. All right, let's keep going down. So, yeah, it looks like everything's still looking good on the stream. What does a smoked mean, says Brian Tutorial TV. Smoked, I think it depends on the definition. Everyone's got a slightly different definition. I consider smoking as in when you get a hook up. Okay, so first of all, it's when you hook up to a fish and obviously you end up losing it. And in the manner that you lose it, it is when the reel is screaming. And then suddenly you have a knot failure, or it straightens a hook, or it rubs you off on something. In my opinion, that's what smoked to me means. Now, I have heard of like the reverse definition of smoked as well. So in my last stream, I mentioned that I was a fan of the Morning Tide boys. They use smoked in a different way. They like to say that you can smoke the fish in by putting the pump on and trying to like pump it in against its will when it's still fighting hard instead of letting it run. So yeah, they're the two definitions really. But yeah, smoked, good fun, but not so good if you know what I mean. You lose a good fish. All right, let's keep going here. Isaac Hanna, how's it going? He says, can you eat the arrow squid you catch? Well, certainly you can eat the arrow squid you catch. I think the consensus is most people like to use arrow squid for bait because if they're going to catch squid for human consumption, they'd rather catch the calamari, the green-eyed squid version. That's supposed to taste a lot better, and that's supposed to be more palatable. The arrow squid, I've been told, although I have not personally myself consumed arrow squid, that it's still pretty good. Still pretty good. Yeah, there's nothing in its makeup that says that you can't eat it, and it's not bad tasting. I think it tastes good. It's just that there's something that's better tasting, and so most people prefer green-eyed calamari, southern calamari squid for human consumption. Yeah, but no reason why arrows couldn't be consumed either. Okay, Brian Tutorial TV says he saw from bell notification. Oh, excellent. Yeah, so YouTube's definitely looking after me with that. Andy, let's see what he's got to say. What's your go-to soft plastic in Sydney Harbour winter for brim? This year, I can't deny that it's been the paddle tail version of the Z-Man lure, the Slim Swims, the 2.5 inch in either the watermelon red color or the bloodworm color. I would say that's my go-to this year. Last year, it seemed to have been the grub in motor oil or the grub in watermelon red. This year, I'm really liking the Slim Swims. It's very versatile. It's just doing the job. I mean, the bloodworm got me my current PB, which is 47.5 centimeters. I can't knock that. That's just put a stamp on, that's just certified that that lure is doing it, working really well. Yeah, can't beat it. There are some other really good lures for brim as well. I used to use the 3-inch flick baits from Berkeley. The what are they called? The what color is that? It's not watermelon, but it's like a green one. It's like a green color. Forgot the name of the color. But I caught I caught at least one 40-centimeter brim on that one. And at one stage, I was just going through those lures. And then before that, I was using what is it? The bait breath. The bait breath's something or other. It looks like a bug with 2 curly tails. Now they're not indestructible lures, so you lose those tails quickly. But in one of the pumpkin green colors, so it's from bait breath. I'll have to look up the name, but that used to be my go-to. I caught a few 40-centimeter brim on that one. Yeah, top lure. And if you go back further than that, I'd say what is it? The squidgy wild prawn. So these days they've got that squidgy prawn that has like, the paddle tail lure and also the wriggler tail lure. I like the original one. The original one just had just like a tail that didn't have any action. And for some reason, it was so good. That lure, apparently you can still get them today. I mention it every time, we went for a session, for an EP session. AK Mike's Fishing, I'm talking about, fellow YouTuber. You guys know who he is. He's been getting these lures online, so I got to ask him where he's getting them from. Apparently, I thought that they were discontinued, but if they're back in stock, that's another go-to lure. And another go-to lure, if you're starting out, the squidgy wriggler in 45mm in bloodworm, can't beat it. I mean, you go through that quickly, the whole pack, but something about it just works. 100% works. Yeah, so I think I probably went overboard with that question there. Oh, hey, look at that. Matt Terry, he's thank you very much, mate. He's sent a super chat and he said, just wanted to say hi, love your videos, keep it up. Thank you very much. Told you guys that I'm looking at the chat, corner of my eye. If there's any people that are spamming, I know Michael's on the job, or if I go mute, I'm definitely going to find out. So no more 10-minute period of silence here. Thank you very much, Terry. Much appreciated. Okay, so, all right. So what was I up to? Okay, so, yeah, guys, hope you're enjoying the show. Subscribe to the channel. Check out all my social medias. Thanks for the support. Yeah, let's keep this show going. Hope you're having a good Saturday night. So I know it's a wet one. It can be, it can be a slow Saturday night when it's wet. I think a lot of you guys are indoors now, so that's why I thought I'd do a stream as well. Got to look after the viewers. Got to look after the subscribers. All right. Raby Hater. Okay, so I went off on a big tangent there. Did you know that I am the kid that was talking to you when you caught the yakka for live bait at Kissing Point Wharf? Well, now I do. I think I remember there was quite a few kids there that night. I was talking to, yeah, I mean, we would have talked. I would have talked to a lot of people, asked a lot of questions. I'm happy to have a chat. AK Mike, we were both on the job that night. We needed content, so we were just focused. We each focused what we knew best. Tried to get some footage, and luckily, yeah, it came. It came. So as you guys saw in that video. Michael Jermaine says, hope no one here from Victoria. Well, so that there aren't any scientific studies on catching anything through the computer screen. So fortunately, they'll be welcome here online in the stream. Maybe not actually physically in the state unless they go through the processes involved. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was a good one, Michael. Matt Terry says favorite bait for kings. You can't beat squid. You can't beat squid. Live squid, if you can get it, well, I can't say that it's a guaranteed catch, but I can tell you every time I'm on the boat, I'm out in the harbour, middle harbour, the main harbour and all that, and you're talking to everyone and you see what everyone's down rigging with and what bait they're trying to catch. There's one bait that everyone wants to get, and that's squid. It doesn't matter if it's arrows. It doesn't matter if it's calamari. We just want that squid. Once you've got that squid and you've got it down, you're in with a chance. You're always in with a chance. That's my number one bait. If it's freshly dead, I do like that as well. And obviously yakkers. I think yakkers have their place. They're really good, particularly offshore. Inshore, squid definitely the bait to go for. I find that you do get quality kings on yakkers. Some of the smaller, the rat kings may refuse yakkers at times. Some days they refuse, squid as well. But I find more often than not, it's like a dirty indulgence. They can't refuse live squid. They just can't refuse it. Nathan Davenport should meet up. Yep, guys, one day we're all gonna meet up. Okay, let's keep going down. Matt Terry says everyone like. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, hit a like on the video. It might push the video up a little bit higher. More people will join us, and then there'll be more people, more fun. Okay, Elias Ayub says I caught my PB whiting today, 43 centimeters. Wow, that's a stonker whiting. That'd be around my PB. I think my PB is around 43, 42, around there. I've caught heaps in that 41 to 42 range. Probably did catch a 43 at some stage. So around that size. I haven't really broken that size, so I know how difficult it is. That's a great PB, 43 centimeters. What'd you get it on? Was that on bait or was that on lure? Christian G. Yeah, ZX35 cleanup. Yep, definitely. They clean up everything. They clean up brim, flathead, juice, and yeah, they can clean up your wallet too. So unfortunately, that's the bad thing. Now, but if you fish smart, it's worth it. All right, Brian Tutorial TV. Also, okay, so I've just lost it there. Okay, let me just find it. I don't know why it always says. I don't know why sometimes it does that. It just seems to skip on this. Oh, there we go. I'm back here. Also, my soft plastic lures hole is covered by the lead. Do you know how to make a hole for a soft plastic? So soft plastic lures hole is covered by the lead. Soft plastic lures hole. Okay, I'm not sure on that one. I'm only going to guess that. Are you saying the jig head eyelet is covered sometimes? Yeah. Yeah. So see if you can clarify that a bit more. I'll get back to that question, Brian. Brain TV tutorial. Okay, so I wasn't sure if I was calling. All right. All right. Fatima Pink. Hey Shroom, where's the best fishing spot for my son's first flathead? My son always watches your vids and he says keep up the good work. All right, Fatima. Well, whereabouts? Which location, approximate waterway are you located to close? What's the closest waterway? I can recommend how and where you could achieve that. Well, where he could achieve that. Yeah. So yeah, write that in the comments. I'll get back to that question as well. Flip Flop says, do a video of your tackle collections. I get asked this all the time, and I keep putting it off, guys. I will do that one day. I promise you, it'll be a good video. And I did say in the last edition of this live stream, if I do that, I'm not going to be replacing my Thursday regular fishing video upload unless it's like super duper long, because I want you guys to have extra content rather than this video as a replacement content. But yeah, I've got a lot of gear, a lot of nice gear that I wouldn't mind making a video to show, but I've been putting it off. Like I said, I'll get down to it. I'll get around to it one of these days. And it'll probably be like an extra video during the week. So bonus content. Everyone wins. On to the next comment. Tom W. Why my lure always hook the rock under the water? That's an age-old question that I think I'll never know the answer to. The earth somehow just has arms and it just grabs my lure as well. I don't know why. I think it's I think once you let the lure hit the bottom and then the current turns the midpoint of the lure so that it tips over a bit. So when that happens, it has an increased likelihood of hooking onto something such as weed or in between gaps in rocks. So the only way to avoid, well, I mean, you can't cure this problem. It's a problem that you just have to live with if you're fishing snaggy ground. The only way to get around it is that you can minimize this by fishing higher in the water column, not letting the lure sit for too long. So when you hit the bottom and you work it immediately, the chance of snagging is noticeably reduced. It doesn't mean you can't snag. You will still probably snag up at some stage, but I'm the kind of person that still fishes snaggy ground. A lot of my friends don't. A lot of my friends, once they lose a few lures, you know, they're not in it to tie another leader knot. They're done. You know, like they'd rather just not hit the bottom ever. I understand. I do that too. But most of the time, I still risk it for a biscuit. I still get it down to the bottom if I think that it's going to improve my chances. But it's always going to happen. You can only minimize it by moving the lure the second it hits the bottom. So the second you see the slack in the line come in, don't wait for it to fully slacken. Start hopping it already. Because in fast current, it's tipping over the second it hits the bottom. So if you move it quickly, that could reduce it greatly in most cases. But if it doesn't, then just keep it off the bottom. Do a counting technique. If you know how deep the water is, do a little test first. Have a cast, count. Do a little hop, count. If I count it to 5 and I hit the bottom, I'm not counting to 5 the next time I do the hop. I'll count to 4 and then I'll hop it. And I'll do that 3-4 times until I think I won't snag. Then I'll let it hit the bottom and I'll repeat. So I'm almost fishing as though it is on the bottom, but it's a moving bait instead of a paused bait, if you get what I mean. All right. On to the next. Let's see. How far back am I? All right. Yeah. So I think I'm not too far back here with the comments. Guys, hope you're enjoying the show. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on all my social medias. Also, if you want to support it, you know, we've got the membership program, super chat program. Up to you. Not compulsory. All right, here we go. So Nathan Davenport asks, what is the best lure for flathead? Well, I guess I like using soft plastics or vibes. Soft plastics, my biggest flathead, I think it was 92 centimeters from the Georges River, came off an 80 mil squidgy fish in silver fox color. So I've got to say that is personally my favorite lure. Now that I've been doing a bit more fishing off a boat, I have found that the Gulp 5-inch jerk shads in nuclear chicken, you know, that lure is also pretty unstoppable. So Terry attests to that lure. In fact, he's got so many packs. He tells me never to buy my own because he's just got so many packs that it wouldn't make sense to have about 50 packs plus my own 10, 20 packs because I like to stock up. When something works, I don't buy one. I buy quite a few packs. Just like those watermelon red Slim Swims. Got quite a few packs in the stock here. I'll never run out of them. All right. Let's keep going. So KO28 Jojo, hey Shroom, did you catch a brim from the beach? I've been watching your videos and I see you heading to lakes. Sorry, I'm watching your videos from Saudi Arabia. Hey, welcome. I don't know how to say your name, but I'll call you Jojo. So yeah, Jojo, Saudi Arabia. I'm stoked to hear that you're not from Australia. I think it's awesome how people all across the globe, they can be watching videos from Australia, from Sydney, just from Sydney. Yeah. Thank you very much for checking out my stuff. Your question, did I catch brim from the beach? I don't know if I've caught any off the beach in any of my videos that I can remember, at least in the recent memory. Not on lures. Generally, if I catch brim, I'm on the beach and generally if I'm on the beach, I'm using bait. And I might be soaking a bait for something else. And I'll catch a few brim here and there. On bait. No reason why you couldn't use lures, but that's in my personal experience, what my past has involved. Bait fishing off a beach, get a few brim here and there, a few flathead, a few rays, a few salmon, whiting. You hope for a Jew, you hope for, anything else that's a bit different. Might get a few dart when you're down in down in Cronulla around Green Hills, Taylor. Yeah, plenty of things available on the beach. Am I heading to lakes? I think some of the places in Sydney, they're called lakes, like Chipping Norton Lake. What else? Yeah, well, Chipping Norton Lake. That's still connected. It's kind of like a river that's slightly opened into a largish like body of water, man-made body of water. I think previously I think they were digging something out of that area. Some might know, some might know the history of Chipping Norton Lake and why it looks the way it does. But that was just, if you can follow on the maps and see like the section of the river just supposed to wind around, but then there's this like large body of water that's from all the mining or the digging, excavation, whatever they were doing there. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'd say that's the only kind of lake fishing that I'm doing. Freshwater lake fishing. Yeah, I do fish a few ponds. I guess they're not big enough to be called lake. Oh yeah, there is one lake. I fish what they call Parramatta Lake. Freshwater. But I think that's still kind of connected. Not really. I think it is like a slightly enclosed system at times, but there is a dam one. I see waters flowing at different times. So I don't know how, I can't find that word. So I keep going around. So basically this body of water, it's connected, but is it free flowing at every point in time? I'm not sure of that. That's what I think when I hear people from other places when they ask about lake fishing. Most of our fishing is from rivers connected to the ocean, but I know that in the US, they do a lot of inshore lake freshwater bass fishing. And I know that's completely different. That would be closer to, I guess, fishing impoundments for us or something like that, I guess. Could be completely wrong, guys. Try my best to relate it to the international audience here. Okay, Christian G. Hey, you reckon if I went to the wharf you went to in the squid video, the first wharf? Okay, I don't know which video. Oh, yeah, my last video. Do you reckon there is a good chance of a Jew on a ZX or any plastic or vibe? By the way, it's my local wharf. I think that any of these wharfs, especially that one, you would catch mulloway at night. Now, if you're just going to throw lures aimlessly around in that water at night, I don't know how many sessions you will need to be able to get your target species. But I'm definitely not going to rule that out. A lot of people do catch them like that. I personally wouldn't use a vibe. I don't want to encourage people to use vibes for Jews because if you hook a really good fish and you've got like the smallest lure with the tiniest trailing hooks, I mean, I just trying to think of the chances that you're going to land that. You're probably going to end up losing that fish. So you'd have to upgrade those hooks. So that's what I would be thinking of. You'd have to retrofit them with stronger hooks at least, or use a slightly bigger vibe. I mean, they're going to catch Jews, but they're not tailor-made for the job, if you know what I mean. In my Weeper video, I don't know if you guys are aware of Sol Benura. He's the author of Shadowing the Ghosts of the Estuary. I think that's the exact way you say the title of his book. He had some blades that he was passing around on that trip, and I caught a black jewfish on that. So yeah, they caught Jews. So but I think he explained to me that these were tailor-made for the job. They were tailor-made for the Jews. They were slightly larger blades, and the hooks on them were strong. So otherwise, like I said, you're gonna lose a fish pulling a hook or straightening a hook. Small lure, small hooks. I'd be using something else, but no reason why you couldn't catch a Jew on that. Yeah, but definitely give it a go. You'll catch plenty of bream. It's a good time. Good time throwing around blades in the winter. Mr. Siddons, hey Shroom, do you live on a boat or a house? Because it looks like you're on the water. I'd love to live on a boat. Up in the Cape, fishing 24/7. No, I live in a house. This is just the green screen behind me. It's just a bit more interesting having a background relating to fishing. I think it's just, I just want to put that up instead of just having a blank wall behind me. Yongdeng says, hey Shroom, I purchased a boat a few weeks back. All right, congratulations. 2 weeks ago, went on a maiden trip to Canal, just out the heads. No legal fish, but undersized flatties. Hoping for better luck next time. Well, maiden trip, you just got to make sure that that if it's, I don't know if it's your very first boat, just having like going through the process of launching the boat, retrieving the boat, making sure you've got all the safety gear, making sure that your lights are working, you remember the bungs before you launch the boat. All those things come before you catch fish. Once, I guess, now that you've got everything set on that maiden voyage, you're gonna slay it next time. Yeah, I think heading into spring, everyone knows flathead fishing picks up big time. So we're at the end of August. Well, sorry, we're in August at the end of winter, and around the corner is the end of winter, end of August, and then September, spring. You never know. So good luck, Christian G, Mississippi. He's just using a yes. That's right. Okay. All right. Let's keep going down here, guys. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. I'm Shroom. I've got all that social media you can find down in the description below. If not, it's on my main page. Instagram. Definitely follow me on Instagram. I do post up some stuff that doesn't come out on YouTube, especially like small things that wouldn't constitute a video. I'm on TikTok for the moment because it seems to be something that everyone's got to. And yeah, membership program, super chat if you want to support me in that way. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, let's head back to this chat. So everything's looking good so far. No mute, no spammers. On the lookout, guys. All right. Oh yes, one more thing. If you guys got any suggestions on how to improve the show, let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. Currently, the way that the live streams are running, it's kind of like just a casual get together, talk about fishing on, one of the days on the weekend or late in the week, such as Friday. Seems like when most people want to sit down and have a chat, especially when the weather's bad too. It's a good idea, I think. All right. Aaron Steele, would you consider doing some land-based fishing charters? Oh, no, not really. I really just consider myself just a fishing fanatic. Just like fishing, making the odd video. Always made videos, and that's why I have a channel. Honks Van says, hi, Shroom. Hi, mate. How's it going? Not sure where I've seen you before. If it's your first time, welcome. George Fisher, how's it going, mate? He says, hiya, Shroom. How the carp fishing going? Well, carp fishing's been awesome. Awesome. My carp fishing videos don't do too well, though, on YouTube. But awesome. I got a new PB, so that's one other thing, guys, on the live stream. So you get a little bit more out about what I do or what's been happening with the channel. Get a bit of direction. So there's some purpose here with this stream. Yeah, I did get a new PB, all on footage. It's gonna be good when it comes out. Yeah, and the reel was screaming. All right, Charles Brown says, hey Shroom, me and the kids love your video. Lately, I've had no luck in fish. Do you recommend fishing after it rains? I think, well, first of all, thank you very much. I'm glad your kids like watching my video. That warms my heart. I love hearing about comments like that. I do recommend fishing after rain if it hasn't been raining for a long time. So if we've had a dry spell and suddenly there's been a lot of rain, you'll find that the fishing improves. It's just that generally what happens is it just seems really stagnant when the water is extremely clear in a lot of the shallow areas which you access land-based fishing. And so you're going to have to fish really early or really late or, throw vibes and blades and, be out on a boat, just accessing deeper water. But once it rains, there's a bit of color in the water and suddenly everything seems to be happening. Everything's changing. For that short period, the fish are insanely hungry. In front of canals, river mouths. Everyone says, for example, best time to chase Jews is after flooding rains. I can understand that because what happens is once that fresh water starts pushing down the river, there's going to be bait, which is, scattered across the system, and it's going to be pushed downstream, and they're all going to be congregating in deep holes and in places where the salinity is a little bit higher. Shallow water is going to basically be not as salty, because just for the fact that
fresh water is lighter or less dense than salt water. So you're going to find more salty water in deeper areas downriver. Obviously, physical force, rainwater pushing it down, rain water coming down from the mountains, pushing down through the streams, streams pushing down through the rivers. So you got that force, and then you got the density, and then you got the tides fighting back. Every 6 hours, it's like in and out, in and out. And so you got all this mixing and baits everywhere, but there's one thing. It's not really being able to hide away. It's just all down in the mouths and front of canals and all that. And they're getting smashed by brim and dews and whatever else. So after rains, great time to fish. Now, there was one time when I did do like a little bit of an experiment, and I fished every single day for like 3 weeks, and it was during the craziest rains. It was several years ago. There was a period in April, and the rains were crazy. I can't remember how strong the rain was, but I didn't fish in the initial period when it started raining. I started fishing once it stopped, but it was still raining every other day. I didn't catch a fish for like 3 weeks. I don't think I caught it. I got a hit. Don't think I got a hit. Now, I think on the third week, when I stopped doing this experiment, I saw someone catch a couple of eels on chicken in the spots that I was fishing, and I was thinking, well, there you go. That's just all that fresh water. There's nothing here but eels, big eels. So yeah, that's when I started like hating fishing in rain. I think when the rain starts, great time. Once it settles in, that period goes away and it starts to feel really slow, sluggish, and you're kind of fishing in like water that has no fish. That's what it feels like to me. So start of the rain's good. Once it's kind of like set in, I'd say give it a bit. If the color looks bad, it's brown, it's like coffee. Yeah, give it a bit. Come back another day. All right. Flip Flop says I miss Razor and Frank Sinatra. Yes. Yep. So we're on the lookout for him tonight, guys. Michael's going to be laying down the law if that spammer comes back. Christian Giddis, what's your PB, Kingy? And where'd you? I caught it in Middle Harbour. It was I think 92, 91 centimeters on live yakka. Live yakka, guys. Not live squid. This one was on a live yakka. First light in the morning. Came. It was on a small live yakka, I think it was. It wasn't a particularly big one either. We got hit by Big Taylor probably in the lead up to first light. Then the bite went dead for about 10 minutes. And then just when that light was coming over the horizon, first light, just when that tinge, you see it in the sky, had the biggest run. And then, yeah, that's how I got that one. That's where I caught it, Middle Harbour. Ravy Hater, we have been very lucky in fishing from the last 2 weeks. Can you give me some tips? Good spots within Sydney. All right, yeah, that's a very general question there. So, yeah, let me know specifically where you're fishing, what kind of style you're going for, and if you have a general waterway or general specific area that you're focusing on, I can give you more tailor-made advice there. Brain Tutorial TV. Hey Shroom, how do you catch flathead? Because I once caught a large flathead and then sadly it broke the line, but I saw it was massive. Yeah, the ones people lose, the ones I lose are always massive. That's how it is. Heartbreak. If it broke the line, are you saying that it popped you off or did it saw you off? And maybe you never paid attention to that. Chances are you put too much pressure on and when it swung its head, it popped the terminal knot. That's generally what happens. That's what I've seen, how people lose big flathead. Usually you get that heart in the mouth moment when you see it and you're like, and you're grabbing the leader or something, or you're like locking the drag and your eyes are wide open and then you're doing something that you normally wouldn't do and it's gone. And generally it's a popped terminal knot. George Fisher, what's the best way to glue fish eyes? And I've just lost the question. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. What's the best way to glue fish eyes to your soft plastics? What would you recommend? Because when I thread the jig onto the plastic, they always fall out after. I mean, I haven't really tried anything besides super glue, but super glue does melt the eyes as well. Yeah, so that's all I can recommend is some cheap super glue. You don't need to get the expensive ones because I find like cheap or expensive that tube is not going to last more than 1 or 2 uses anyway. So I think for about $2 you get six tubes. I used to use that to glue my Z-mans on, so that they stop riding up the shank. I mean, up the bend of the hook from the shank. They just seem to slip. Super glue might work. See if that works. I don't know if you should use any other glue. Um, might be some better glues, but I think some of these other ones, such as Araldite, you got to mix them up. I don't know if anyone's got the time for that when they're out on the water. You kind of just want to whack it on, maybe dab a bit of glue, and that's it. Away you go. Yeah. Hopefully that helps, George. That probably wasn't the best advice there. Super glue is the obvious one. I use super glue, so that's all I could really say. Dean Roniotis, great videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Yeah, Christian G. Yeah, so that's about the ZX35s, the EcoGi blades. Yeah, definitely very expensive, but top quality lures, innovative lures. They're the first brand to have that style of lure on the market. I think there are a few imitation ones. They probably work just as well, but they're the first, the EcoGi ones. Yeah, I love the legs as well. Those straight legs down the side. Great imitation. Brain Tutorial TV says the hole where the line goes into. Yeah, I've totally forgotten the question. Sorry about that, Brain Tutorial TV. Maybe send me a message, in the comments here, and I'll look closely into it after the stream. I'll help you out. Fatima Pink Sydney says Sydney. Yeah, so someone from Sydney there, I guess. That's good. All Sydney siders here. Maybe some Melbourneites. Yeah, let's keep going down. Oh, yeah, I remember the question now. So this was about son trying to chase flathead, happy to travel, located in Liverpool. Okay, so your closest waterway from Liverpool is Chipping Norton Lake. So I've caught plenty of flathead in Chipping Norton Lake, just walking the banks and casting out 80 millimeter squidgy fish. Now, you don't have to use that particular lure. I think if you just use a 1/4 ounce to a 3/8 ounce jig head with a 3-inch to 4-inch lure, any style paddle tail or wriggler tail, you're bound to catch flathead that way on lures, 100%. I can't see how you wouldn't catch flathead that way. It just would not make sense. I've got so many there, small, big, all times of the year. It doesn't matter what the watercolor is looking like. It's always kind of brown up there anyway. So rain or no rain, there's fish scattered across that waterway. Yeah, Chipping Norton Lake. Maybe just go around the boat ramp and start working your way around. There's a lot of area to walk. Maybe stay away from some of the really bushy areas. I heard that there are some snakes around there, but besides from that, anywhere around the lake, lots of people fish it as well. There's a lot of points jutting out. Have a go there. I guarantee he'll catch more than one flathead there. All right, we've got a super chat donation, Moonman Fishing. No message. Oh, okay. So he says, okay, underneath that he says, my face when I see a new shroom video. That's my face too. Thank you very much, Moonman Fishing. Greatly appreciate it. As always, thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for having you here. I'm thankful to having you here tonight as well. So yeah, hope you're enjoying the show. All right. Hope that answers your question, Fatima. Yeah, let me know how he goes. I'll be interested to find out what the result of that is. Eddie M says, hey Shroom, what do you like better? The Stratic FL 2,500 or the TD Black 2,500? And what are your thoughts on Shimano and Daiwa as a brand? Do they both have the pros and cons? Thanks heaps. All right, so guys, Holden versus Ford. Here we go. Let's roll up our sleeves here. No, look, both brands, there's a reason why they've got fanatical fans, because their gear, it looks good, it works. They have slightly different philosophies, but they both achieve the same end result, and that is they catch you great fish.
And so that's why you've got such strong feelings to one particular brand or to another particular brand. Now, I've noticed over the years that it is starting to even out a bit. It's become more 50-50 than it should be, I think, especially in Australia. I think in the States it's still Shimano, but here I put up a poll several months ago, and right out of the block, it was like 75% Daiwa, 25% Shimano. But surely enough, over the next couple of days, it evened out. And then by the end of the poll, I think it was easily landslide to Shimano, but it is so close there. So I like both. I know everyone's got their own thoughts on the gear. Both work. I can understand why. And yeah, in my Weeper video, there was like a little section between James and Sonny. They were having a bit of an argument, you know, over Shimano versus Daiwa. It got really heated. You could see that some people were getting a bit emotional debating it in that video. I was just recording in the background. That was a good bit, so check that out. Stratic FL versus the TD Black. I'd have to hand it to the FL. I don't know what the price of the TD Black is. I felt the reels. The FL, from what I've heard, mechanically it's quite similar to the latest Stella. Now that's what I've heard. I haven't actually like personally taken it apart or anything like that. I don't know to that detail, but I think you can't go wrong with either reel, to be honest. In a similar price bracket, you could really go either way, whichever one you liked. Personally, I'd just choose the Stratic, but I would be happy with the TD Black as well. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Yeah, so hopefully I've avoided World War 3 here. Okay. All right, Mrs. Cinder says buffering. Okay, so hopefully that's not buffering on my side. It does happen for a few seconds sometimes. Okay, Matt Terry, do you own a boat? No, I don't own a boat. I'm pretty much land-based for the moment. Jojo says, Tom, change treble hooks to one single hook. Okay, so that's Josh Fox, keep up the good work, mate. Why don't we see Ben anymore? Does he outfish you? LOL, joking. Oh yes. Oh, Josh Fox. Yes. Okay. Hi Josh, how's it going, mate? Good to see you here. I asked him for a blackfish session. Thought would, you know, put a little bit of competition, see who caught more Luderick. But he I got the weed, I got everything prepared. It was all in the fridge. But then yeah, he wasn't available to go fishing. So I think he's been running away from a fishing session. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I think he's moving currently, so he's moving house, so he's been busy with that. So that'd probably be why. But yeah, I wouldn't mind catching up with him for a fish. Like I said, I've asked him recently too. So yeah, so the invitation's out there. All right, let's keep going down. Okay, so Matt Terry says, how do you become a member? Oh yeah, so if you want to become a member, just on any of my videos, next to the subscribe button, there's a join button. Just click on that, you know, just have a look, see if that's for you or anything. But yeah, just check it out. Not compulsory. It's just something YouTube's enabled on my channel. So, you know, so it's on my channel anyway. So I need ideas on how to make that membership program a little bit better. But with what I've got, I've made some emoticons, tried to, you know, put a couple of perks here and there. Now, guys, everyone else, it's not going to take away anything from our regular fishing videos, not at all. It's just something a little bit extra. It might have things which isn't completely related to my YouTube videos, but it might still be about fishing, but, you know, not high enough quality that I'll make a video from, that I might put there through that membership program. So that's what it's there for. It's just something extra. Yeah, no one's losing out on anything. Everything that's always been on the main channel, you know, my weekly Thursday videos, live streams like this, it would have never become member only, for example, like some YouTubers do. I'll never do that. You're getting the same thing. You're always going to get whatever you got from my channel. But just make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any of these videos, as I always say.
All right. DS Coins, where do you buy your fishing gear for? Where do you buy your fishing gear from? I buy it from everywhere. Whatever's cheap, whatever's got a deal going. I like to, generally I'll buy in physical stores unless it's something that I can't buy, at a shop. For example, I got to say this week I haven't been fishing, so I've been online checking out some Japanese websites, and I was this close to buying a Daiwa Emeraldus Air AGS. They have it for 40% off. So I checked up, what was it? 29,000 yen. Went to Google on the converter. How much is that in AUD? And it said like 400 or something, or 380. And I was thinking, geez, 400 AGS rod delivered, something like that. I was that close. And I almost pounced on a Daiwa Certate as well online. It was the Daiwa Certate, the 2016 one, so the black one with the gold accents on those spools, the ones with the weird long slit eyes. That one, the HD, the 4000H, that's the one I was looking at, was going for the same price, 40% off for an HD, Certate HD. Not the latest model, mind you, but for $400 for a Certate at that size, 600, 700 grams of, a beast of a reel. Oh, I was so close to just. I was on the phone with AKA Mike's and I was telling him about it, and he was trying to get Afterpay going for what was it? Yeah, he cracked me up. He was stressing trying to purchase a Daiwa BG because I told him how good those reels were, and he was like, "Oh, I gotta get one." So I think he bought that. That was I think that was last night or the night before. I was on the phone with you. That close to buying more gear. But yeah, generally I just buy from the local shop, local independent or BCF or whatever shop, Anaconda, all these. There's so many places. Whatever's cheap, whatever's got a 3 for 25 pack Z-Mans or $10 hard bodies, bargain bin stuff. Have a look. There's always stuff there that interests me. Always, I'm always going to check out the bargain bin too. See if there's anything that people just don't understand. They don't know how to use. Something that I don't normally get, but at that price, it's worth picking it up, having a go, and checking out if it works. Oh yeah, I should give a shout out to Matt. So Matt, one of my friends, he works at BCF. So he pointed me towards I think it was the Savage Gear crabs in the bargain bin. They were like $2 or $2.50. So I picked up at least half a dozen packs of that. So I'm hoping to give those a go at one of these days too. Oh yeah, and in other little news, I don't know if Michael's still here. I picked up a couple of packs of Allen's snakes. So I don't know when I'm going to be doing that one. That would have been a perfect video to do with Ben, Josh, if you're still here, because he mentioned this idea to me a long time ago as well, and I've seen these videos before from other YouTubers. It looks like a lot of fun. I was always going to do this at some stage, but I want to put a bit of a unique spin on that too. All right. So yeah, I could go on and on when it comes to talking about fishing gear. Specs and what's good, what's not. Balancing out fits, what's good for what braid is good, and just everything about gear. Even upgrades, as you see on my channel, I've got like a video on how to get a little bit more out of your drag system with the spool bearing. It's just simple stuff like that. I think it was about a $10, $15 upgrade on the Stratic CI4, and you can also do that on the Luvius. I think it's a Luvius. I think the Luvius has which one is it? I'm not sure. They don't have the spool one. I think they've got one on the main axle. I think I could be wrong here, but definitely on the Certate. For some reason, they didn't have it in the spool, even though it could house one. Can't remember which reels I did, but yeah, check it out. Always interested in getting more out of the gear too. Flick with Mick Fishing. Oh, hey, how's it going? Good to see you here, mate. Yeah, guys, check out his stuff. He makes some Sydney fishing videos as well. He says Shroom live on a Saturday night. What's better than that? Well, being out fishing, I think, but no, thank you very much, Mick. I much appreciate that comment. Yeah, that's why I do this. Hopefully you guys are entertained. Yeah. Hopefully you guys, even though we're not fishing tonight, talking about fishing, next best thing, or watching fishing videos. This is live, so anything could happen. You guys can ask me anything, and yeah, I can answer it. Ray B Hater, I liked and subscribe. Thank you very much. Jojo says thanks, Shroom. Yeah, not a problem, mate. Saudi Arabia, isn't it? Yeah, so thanks for checking me out. George Fisher, Shroom, you should do a freshwater fishing at the Parramatta Weir. What do you think? Parramatta Weir. Look, I took AK and Mike's fishing down there the other month. Couldn't get him onto a bass though, but yeah, I'll definitely go back there at some stage. I do fish that place quite often. I know it very, very well. There will be a video, George. I'll get you one of these days. Michael Jermaine says, Lake Parramatta, 100% freshwater all the way down to the weir at Parramatta near the ferry terminal. Yep, 100%. Yeah, Lake Parramatta, bass. My hook are human too if they're swimming in the water, but bass, turtles, eels, but bass. That's why you go. That's why you would be there for. Be there for the bass. Some big bass in there apparently. I've only caught bass to 40. Apparently there are 50s in there. Maybe one of these days. Maybe one of these days. Jojo, guys, the lakes you have in Oz are freshwater lakes. Yeah, they're freshwater lakes. That's right, Jojo. But some of the ones that you see on the maps, which are referred to as lakes, they're not freshwater lakes. They're just part of the river. That's it's kind of what I was trying to say, but I was mincing up my words and my explanation. George Fisher, yeah, it's full of carp. Shroom should do a day. Yeah, that's right. So one of these days, when this all settles, we'll be back out there on the river. We'll have some fun out doing it too, guys. Demolished Zacro says, have you caught a bull shark? No, I don't think I've caught a bull shark. I think I've only caught bronze whalers and what's that one called? Hammerhead shark. I've caught some like pseudo sharks like shovel nose rays. I think they're called shovel nose sharks as well, but you know that's more like a ray. I mean I think it is a shark, but I think it's more of a ray looking shark. So everyone wants to catch a shark with teeth. You know the ones like a great white shark, like Jaws. Haven't caught a bull shark, bronze whaler, and hammerhead. I might have caught a lemon shark. I think no. In Weeper, I'm not sure. I hooked onto something in Weeper in the day. There was a lemon shark rounding up bait in the daytime around the bait ball. I might have hooked to something like that at some stage, and I lost it. I didn't get a good look. Yong Deng, have you fished artificial lake Parramatta near the Housing Commission for carp? Yes, I have. I fished pretty much everywhere in Sydney, every lake, every place. Yeah, plenty of carp. I've only caught small ones there though. Plenty eels too. Christian G, answer question way fast. You take forever getting it. Yeah, that's true. Mate. Thanks for that suggestion. I'll see if I can speed that up a little bit. Okay. All right. So I've been thinking about going through the questions faster. But yeah, the questions have to keep coming, I guess. All right. So on to the next. The hole where you put the line through like a normal hook. So the eyelets. The eyelet shouldn't really fuse together. If you buy new hooks, I haven't really seen them fuse together unless they've been reused. And I mean, sinkers, it happens. Like if you thread line through a sinker and you cast it a few times, the impact causes it to compress. And then the cavity for where the line threads through shrinks. I mean, I can't really see it happening with a jig head. It's metal. It's not a lead. Lead is soft, but metal. I don't know what it is. It's stainless or some kind of nickel or something. They're hard. They're more likely to. I haven't seen it, so I don't know how to answer that question if I'm understanding it correctly. Sorry about that, Brain Tutorial TV. George Fisher, yeah, fished Rydalmere Wharf and Bridge, nothing around. Yeah, Rydalmere Wharf. Yeah, good place, like all the other harbour wharves. I've seen some good fish come off that. The bridge, so you're talking about like the northern side at the rocks where you're casting towards the pylons there. Good fish gets caught there. Good fish. So I mean, I don't want to say that I've always caught something when I've been there, but generally you're getting bites, you're getting tailor, you're getting something there. Maybe the rain has something to do with it, I would say at this stage. If it rains up a river, generally fishes very poorly in the rain. I like fishing downriver, unless it's like at the start of the rain. Once that rain sets in, I'm downriver. Upriver, it's been raining for a little while, I guess. I don't know though. The harbour seems to take rain a lot better than the Georges, so depends on the system as well. It's really hard to say. This is where like having experience and just being out there, driving over the bridge the day before and having a look in the water. It depends. Sometimes 1 week is enough. Sometimes 1 day is enough. It depends on the strength of the tides as well. If you got strong tides, it can take a lot of rain. If you got weak tides, it's not getting cleared with every tide change. All right, excellent. Let's keep going. So, all right. So I guess I'm near the front of these comments, aren't I? No. All right. Hang on. I'm getting lost. Oh, hang on. Did I miss the donation here? All right, Christian G. He's donated $1, but hasn't said anything. All right. I guess I'll be answering his questions all night. Well, thank you very much, Christian. Much appreciated. I slipped up there, I guess. I should have been catching that one. Maybe that means that the spammers can slip through now. Got my eye open on the right there. All right. Okay, so all right, I'm definitely gonna speed up. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna go right down to the start, maybe. All right, here we go. All right, so I'll go down to this one here. All right, so Moonman says, "How happy I get when I see a new Shroom video. My face." Okay, yes, yeah, that's for the donation. Thank you very much, Moonman, once again. So all right, so I'm gonna start there, guys. So if you've seen any of your questions get skipped, just post it down again. Let's see if I can keep up with the messages now that I'm at the forefront of where the chat's going. Make it easy to catch up to, and I think it might be better. It might be more lively. Tobias Riemann, do you ever fish off the beach? Sometimes. All right, so that would answer that question. Sorry, but the answer's a bit quick. I'm trying to catch up to the start. So the head of the soft plastic lure has a loop. So the head of the soft plastic has a... okay. Yeah, I'll have to get back to this one, Fran. You'll have to message me. I think at this stage it's derailing the live stream. Sorry about that. It's my fault. I just can't follow what the question is. So yeah, my apologies. Fatima says, can you please suggest somewhere around Parramatta River? Okay, so Parramatta River from Liverpool, your first point is probably around Rydalmere and down. If you're gonna be coming from the northern side, there's let me just check on the maps here. Plenty of places, but it's just got to come to mind first. All right, so if you're coming from Liverpool, okay, first of all, you gotta have to skip Duck River. Guaranteed you'll catch fish there, 100%, but not allowed to fish there. If you're on the northern side, you can fish in front of, what's that bridge name? Silverwater Road, in front of the apartments. I mean, I'm not going to guarantee you're going to catch fish, but you're pretty much guaranteed to catch flathead and brim there. Guaranteed. Where else? If you're coming from the southern side, you're going to have to skip Olympic Park. Your next point of call is probably going to be somewhere around Canada Bay 5 Dock area. So yeah, I guess like they're the two areas that I'd be focused. Any of the bays there, the southern bays from Roselle down to Hen and Chicken, which is Cabarita, Hen and Chicken, Canada Bay, Exile Bay, Iron Cove, Roselle Bay. You know, any of the southern bays, you can't go wrong if you're going for catch and release fishing. If you're on the top, your first point of call is probably where I said, Silverwater Bridge. If you head down in front of Meadowbank and what's that other place there? You start heading towards Ride Wharf. Ride Wharf's not too bad as well. Yeah, so that's plenty of general areas there that should help you out, or help your son out. So yeah, let me know how you go. Okay, let's keep going. George Fisher says Daiwa has better line roller bearings, never need oiling maintenance. Look, I'll have to agree with that. The Magseal line rollers have in general performed better for me. My Exist unfortunately does make a noise, but it still spins. And the noise does go away after the first 30 seconds. So, I mean, that's a bit of a downer. nothing's perfect. So when you use something, there's going to be wear and tear. I'd attribute it to that. So, but otherwise, it's been pretty good. I've had some line rollers from Shimano Seize Up, but if you actually do what they recommend, oil it and you rinse it and all that stuff, I find it stays good for a long time. Especially the Stellas. My Stellas are perfect. Some of my Stratics, I might miss a few maintenance sessions because it's a late night and I can't bother cleaning in the morning after a late night session. That kind of thing. But they've held up too. But yeah, Daiwa has the mag seal and the line roller, definitely a good innovation. Ben Asby, hey Shroom, what do you think about the Daiwa BG 6,500? I don't know about that size, but the BG is a wonderful reel for the price. Fantastic, best bang for buck. The way that people think about Stratics versus every other reel in that price bracket, think about the BG in the same way. So if you're in the $200 range, BG, the way to go. I think it's like metal body, metal construction. It hasn't got all the bearings in the world. The money's not all in the cosmetics. Some parts are cheaper, but it's not where it counts. Everything that counts in catching a fish, it's got right. So BG, perfect reel in the 200, 250 bracket. Then the Stratic, I'd say. They're the two best for bang reels. Best bang for buck. Whoa. English went out the window, guys. Best bang for buck reel right there. Okay. Demolished Zachra, have you been fishing down Lansvale? Yeah, I tried the creek down near what is it? Yeah, Lansvale side, Chipping Norton, also the what's it called? Prospect Creek. Tried a few places around there. Do you use chicken for bait? Yes, I do. Slays the chicken. I don't do it often, but in the past I've done it. Sometimes you got some friends that want to do some bait fishing. They're not fishermen. You don't want to keep rebaiting for them, prawns and whatever. Get chicken. Obviously be careful, salmonella and all that. Maybe bring some hand sanitizer or something, or some soapy water. Wash your hands. But chicken, it doesn't tear. So once you put it on the hook, you're getting bites all night. And generally, you're only gonna lose that bait when you actually have a brim on. All right, Matt Terry, do you do a live while you're out fishing? Yeah, I've done at least one of these live fishing, but it was too hard to do 100% focusing on the chat and then fishing, unless I've got a bait out and I'm not really watching the rod and I'm doing this at the same time. But then you've got camera gear and sound is not going to be great. Video is not going to be great. You're going to need external lighting. There's going to be like random people coming up. Yeah, so I did one of those announcement videos out live in the park, and he's actually in this live chat. He came up and he said hi at in the chat. He says, "I'm gonna come up. I know where you are." I was thinking, "Oh wow, what's going on? I'm gonna get I'm gonna get mugged live on YouTube here." But no, he's a good guy. But if I do end up with a killer session and it's like fish on fish, I might just sneak in a quick live. It won't be done properly, but I will do something like that if I can justify it, if it's worth everyone's time. I don't really want to waste anyone's time. George Fisher, okay, all right, that's towards Jojo from Saudi Arabia. Shout out to him. So I'm so happy that he's here. So some people, from faraway places, joining the Shroom here tonight. Moonman Fishing says, Stratic FL weighs more, much stronger, and general purpose TD Black weighs a lot less. I would use it for finesse fishing. Yeah, good point. Excellent point, Moonman. Tobias, I don't know if that's how I'm supposed to say this name. Couple of bust ups. Yeah. If I'm in a couple of big bust ups, that live stream might be coming on. James claims Stratic FL is better. Look, guys, we've got some Shimano fanboys here. No. You guys know I'm just as much Shimano as I am with my Daiwa gear. Look, I'll prove it. What's that? Stella. Got a couple here. All right. Let's get back. All right. Am I getting to the forefront of this? Yes, I am. Thomas G, haha, I bought the 2016 Certate on Plat 410 delivered, sold out now.
Oh, I missed my chance. Well, I sometimes I just hope that they would sell out so that I don't have to, dig into my pockets because you can't control it. If it sells, you're like, oh well, there it goes. It wasn't meant to be anyway. And if it's still there every day you check, you're like, oh, it's going quick. It's going quick. Maybe I should just click purchase. All right, here we go. All right, so let's get back here. Let's go. All right, George Fisher, he's got something to say about the Luvius. I've got a new Luvius 2500. Apparently, the Australian model is lighter and smaller than the Japanese version. All right, I don't know about that, but I do know that some of the JDM reels and the export version are completely different reels with the same name. Now I've heard about this, so I wouldn't be surprised if that is actually the case here. Usually it's not like that. Usually it's just a matter of a certain real body matched with a certain real capacity, and that makes a new model. And you change the handle length, you change the knob, and suddenly it's like this is the Australian version, and then there's the Japanese version, which is they like their T handles, for example. That's why a lot of these reels come with T handles, and most Australians don't like that. We like the I knobs. Personally, I don't mind, but if I'm using a 1000 reel, I don't want a T knob. I want an I knob or some kind of round knob like the Stratic CI4s have with the EVA grip. Perfect for me. But yeah, you could be onto something, George. I have felt the new Luvius in can't remember what size it is. Joel, he's a regular on my channel. He's just bought one. I had a go on that. That was like so smooth. I don't want to say too many bad things about my Exist, but that I told him like that reel was actually smoother than my Exist at that point in time because his reel was new, and I don't know how many like rat kings and fish that I've caught on my reel. So mechanically, my reel's done a lot of fishing and done a lot of work. So his reel very smooth. I was very impressed. It felt like a really rigid reel with that monocoque body. I like the understated silver tone look in the spool. Yeah, great reel. I think you'll love that. I mean, that's why you got it, so I'm sure you'll love that reel. All right, so Thomas G. All right, so we're near the front, aren't we? Okay. All right. Okay. I better still hurry up. Okay. George Fisher, you fish Exile Bay in the harbour? Yes, I do. Good place. Front of the tennis courts is pretty good. You're a little bit high up though, so if you hook a good fish, you might be in some strife. If it's like a pelagic and you need to land it, or if it's like a heavy flathead and you need to lift it, might have to walk it around. But great place. Mesa El Modi, what bait do you recommend for brim and flathead? I mean, what baits can you access, really? I mean, if you're talking about what the best bait is, live mullet, I guess. Small live potty mullet for brim and flathead. I guess live prawns, if you can get that's also pretty good. Yeah, but generally you're probably talking about more easy access baits. Just flathead, I think just use, what is it? Pilchards. I just use like pilchards or prawns, whole prawns, but lightly weighted. You need it to be so when you're fishing for flathead using bait, you need that bait moving along the bottom. It can't be stationary. I find you just don't catch flathead like that. So maybe like a small bean or barrel sinker that is so that it's rolling and moving around in the wash or moving around with a current or something. Yeah, so yeah, let me know if that answers your question. Michael, okay, so that's at George. All right, so we're getting to the front here. I've skipped plenty of questions, guys. Put them back in if I've missed it. If you're enjoying the show, subscribe to the channel. All right, we've been going along for an hour 18. All right, that's quite a good stream so far. All right, let's keep going. I went out with my old fella on my boat, says Matt Terry. Artificial reef first drop. He caught a dolly over 1 meter, fillet and release. I don't know how. I get sick, or I don't get sick, but like I feel like I'm about to get sick every time I artificial. It's the bumpiest place, bumpiest. Oh, jeez. Every time I'm there, I'm trying to get slimies.
Good stuff. I mean, I didn't know that dollies came in there. I mean, right now, I didn't know that they were around. That's fantastic. Sounds like a really good session. Eddie M, what size jig head do you generally use? Okay, so for brim, I'm using 1/16 ounce jig head with size 2 to size 4. Generally size 2, sometimes size 4. Rarely size 1 if I'm fishing for like EPs or bass or I need something larger. But size 2, that's my all-rounder size. I usually go with 1/8. Nothing wrong with 1/8. Depends where you're fishing. 1/6, 1 to 2 meters of water. Depending how strong the current is, but I'm thinking this might be too heavy. Yeah, I mean it's all relative, really. Can be too heavy. It can be too light. If you're fishing at night, maybe not heavy. If you're fishing in the daytime, in 1 meter of water with a 1/6 ounce jig head with a plastic that just sinks like a rock, yeah, probably too heavy. If it's got a lot of buoyancy or the tail keeps it in the water for an extra second, then maybe it's not too heavy. You can always also adjust it by how much you put that lure under tension. So when you're working that lure, you can keep the line extremely taut. That's going to, prevent it from sinking too fast. But if you like to leave a lot more bow in the line, then suddenly that's sinking way too fast. So I'd say 1/6 is on the heavier side, but I'm not gonna say that there's just one way to fish. I've seen people catch plenty of good fish with 1/6. All right, Moonman. Okay, so all right, that's not directed at me. All right, JW Ocean. That's a new face in the chat. He says, "Hey, bro, love the channel. Could you shout me out, JW Ocean?" Well, that's what I'm doing right now. So welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying it, JW Ocean. I haven't checked out if you've made any videos, but maybe I'll check it out after this stream. He says, "What reel do you have, and what do you recommend?" So reel by you probably mean like all the reels. I've got so many reels. I don't know how to go through them. I've got spin reels, I've got bait cast reels, I've got fly fishing reels. I don't have any like overhead trolling reels. That's one thing I don't have. I might get like not a Tiagra. I might get a Tianos to start off with. So, but I don't even know what I'm going to be using it for at this stage. But I like the look of that reel. All right. Do you like fishing the Esplanade? Yes, I do, Mesa Almighty. Love that place. DS Coins. Any tip for carp fishing? Yes. Burley, you definitely generally need to burley them up, get them in the mood. You got to be quiet. Definitely got to be quiet and stay out of sight. I find at night they're going to see you and they're going to be a lot more wary than in the day. In the day, there's a lot of people walking around, kids throwing bread in the water, this and that, a lot of noise. They're not going to spook. They're only going to spook if one of their mates gets hooked up and goes through a big run from the spot that has the bread. Then they might like scatter for like the next 10 minutes or 20 minutes. But at night, you got to burley them up. You got to bring them into the area. They're generally like along the edges. So fish edges, burley. When I say burley, I like using bread. And I like burleying with bread on top and also sinking bread, like in balls. Small balls. You don't want to overfeed them, but you want to give them a reason to be, kind of like on patrol, looking for the next morsel of food that's around. Yeah, burley is your number one, like, that's the number one tip. You definitely should be burling. Bread's cheap, corn's cheap. You get a whole, you get a whole loaf. There's so much bread. With a whole loaf, how much, how many carp could you actually catch if you only need a tiny portion, about a 5-10 cent piece of bread? So burley up. I find that's the number one tip. Where's the artificial lake at River for carp? Well, it's just, if you look on the maps, like everything's on maps. Anybody that wants to find out anything about any spot, just go on Google Maps and just Google this place, look on satellite view and check it out. If you want to look for squid spots, for example, what do? You go on Google Maps, you have a look in the water, you see the light bit of water along the edge, then you see dark green. Dark green is weed and kelp. And then you look and you see, is it accessible from the shore? Is it in front of a house, or is it like in front of a wharf, in front of a place that you can walk? And if it's in front of one of those places that you can actually access, check it out. You'll probably catch. Same thing for carp or finding lakes to fish. Check it out on the map. You can see everything about it. Ben Aspen, what is the best method for live bait? I like single hook through the back, land base, through the back in the area that's just behind the eyes. I guess I don't know how to describe. Some people call it like the shoulder area, but I don't put it too deep, too far down. So, for example, if this is like the top of the fish, I won't put it down through the bottom here like that, because when I strike, that hook is still stuck in that fish. I like to leave it a little bit higher up so that if I do a big strike, it's coming free off the bait and right into the side of the jaw. So I like single hook. I do use a double hook too, but you got to tie double snell and more problems. Bait dies quick, especially if you got live squid. Dies quick. Two hooks. Again, lightly pinned. One through the top of the hood on the which one? The hook that's highest up on your rig in the double snell. You put that through the top of the mantle. Again, I like to put it like near the tip. And then the second one, optional where you want to put it. Some people like to put it through the head. I kind of like to put it like through the top of the mantle or like the skin of the head. And some people even like to put on the tentacle. Dave, when I go fishing with him, he likes to put on the end of the top, the thick part of the tentacle. He reckons it's improved hookup rates tremendously. All right, guys, let's keep going. We got 5 more minutes here, I'd say. So I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, I've got the membership program. I've got the super chat program. All that. All right, let's continue. Actually, we'll go a little bit longer. There's quite a few questions here. Let's see what we can get through. Okay, so Moonman says, can't wait till the water temperature is increasing again. I have a feeling this season is going to be awesome for pelagics. They're still busting up in the para. I heard that there were like a lot of salmon around off the beaches at this stage. I'm hoping they head in soon. Wouldn't mind hooking up to a few. King's obviously always a target. Let's see. Moonman Fishing also says, would be awesome to see videos of you chasing bust up shroom. Yeah, love to do that. I think James said that that he wanted to do something like that at some stage once this like I said, once this situation calms down, it's all safe again. I'm supposed to be doing a video with him for a while now, so maybe we can do something like that, because I think that's what he wants to do. Eddie M, have you ever used the Berkeley 3-inch power shrimp? No, I haven't heard of that one. Would you fish them? Okay, so yeah, I haven't heard of that lure. Unfortunately, Eddie. I'll have to look that up. Tomato, what's your favorite color jig for squid? And keep up the good work. Love the squid videos. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, my latest video was a squid video. It wasn't chasing calamari or anything. AK Mike's. We were just having a bit of fun, just going around the wharfs at night, just seeing what was around, chasing a few arrows. It's a good fun. Good time hanging out with him. My favorite color squid jig is probably the brown natural color. It's either brown or it's the blue natural Yamashita in 2.5 or 3, size 3, depending where I'm fishing. Also, it kind of changes as well. Squid jigs, you have your favorites, but some days it's just your mate's using a certain color and it's just slaying the squid, and you just need the same color. I've seen orange and green do the same thing, but for me, brown's done that. I've had some crazy sessions. At least one video on my channel where the brown has, it's done the deed. And the same thing for the blue, the pilchard blue color. And I plug them in those videos. You'll see when I catch it, I'll say, man, get this color, because I just can't believe how good it is right now. And during those times, I might have tried a few colors, and so you kind of do know that it is the color that's making the difference. All right, let's keep going. George Fisher did. Okay, so James Klein says he's got a Tianos 30 wide, very nice reel. Yeah, no doubt. I want to get one, James. Matt Terry, people eat yakkers. I reckon that's gross, but your opinion? I think that they're supposed to taste good, but it's just a perception issue here. I don't eat fish that I catch all that regularly, so I wouldn't know. I've not tried yakka. I would probably try it if I was starving and dying or living on an island and that's all I could catch. I don't think it's that bad. I've heard of people eating things like carp and saying that they taste good. I think yak is anything like from the saltwater ocean that kind of looks, pretty free swimming, healthy, doesn't look strange in any way. Might taste all right. I don't know. I mean, the kings seem to like it. I don't know personally. Chung Lee. Okay, Chung Lee. All right. Hey, mate, have you heard about the new Berkeley Gulp rub-on gel scent? No. Thanks for letting me know about that. I'm going to check that out after this stream. James Klein. All right. They are very similar to silver trevally. They are sold overseas as a sashimi. I would rather use yakas as bait, though, just for convenience. I see plenty of people chasing them off the wharves at night. Just by the sheer number of people trying to chase them, you would think that they would taste good. And James is saying that, they taste similar to silver trevally. Again, I haven't tasted silver trevally. But I have seen videos, people saying sashimi from silver trevally does taste all right. I eat a lot of fish, just not fish that I personally have caught myself. DS Coins. Can someone help me find the artificial... okay, all right. Okay, so that's probably not a question for this stream. Owen Douglas Fishing. Love the vids, by the way. Shroom. Thank you very much, Owen. Thanks for checking it out. All right. All right, so we'll do a few more questions. So we've got an hour and a half out of this live stream. Let's do 3 more questions. So anyone's got any more questions here? Mesa Almighty, do you recommend for brim and flathead? And also land-based? What tide do you recommend? Try to start off any place with a high tide first. If you have to just choose one tide and check it out and have a cast in. If you got more time, obviously I can't really say. Every place has its moment on the top, bottom, run out, different stages of, the strength of the tides, where the bait is. That's all up to like personal experience here. But if you're gonna just do land-based fishing, a lot of the places become fishable only on the high tide, especially if you're casting lures and you can't get up far as well. So I'd say most of the time try high, but that's not the tide, the only time that you can fish. It can be rock bottom, can be snaggy, and suddenly the fish are on. All right, okay, so it looks like we're getting to the end of the stream, guys. So no more questions. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for checking out the stream tonight. If you're new here, I'm Shroom. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. I'm on Instagram. I post up some stuff that doesn't appear on this as well. Check that out. If you enjoy TikTok, I'm on that too. If membership sounds like an interesting thing for you, click on that join button on my page. Have a read. See if that's for you. If you want to support this live stream, support the way that I'm doing things, you can support with a super chat. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it tonight. I really had a good time. Hope you guys had a good time. My next video, as you guys know, if you follow me, every Thursday. I've been a bit slack with the time. It's been coming out a little bit late on Thursday, especially this last Thursday. Got caught up in a few things, but you can be sure that a video will always be coming out every Thursday. I do my best to get you guys something to watch, some fishing action, and thanks for checking out the stream tonight, guys. Thanks for your support as always, and I'll catch you in the very next fishing video on Thursday. See you there.